one of the saddest realizations I recently had was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
What's going on, everyone? It's also here today, and yes, you are. You are actually you want your cake and eat it too, because what she said in the last, I want to kind of focus on the last part of the clip, is that she talked about how she don't want to compromise her values and beliefs, but she wants this traditional man to compromise his values and beliefs, right? Because politics is essentially a extension of values. Hey, this is my ideal society, and ideal society should have these things. If you're a conservative man, you'll probably want a conservative candidate for as a politician. You have conservative ideals, and she just pretty much wants a submissive man, right? It's the same thing with when black women say, "Oh, I want a Tupac with a degree." A street dude usually ain't going to be the one to go to college. I'm just saying. You could probably find a street dude that has a degree, but how hard is that guy will be to find? And it's this battle between possibility and probability, and it seems like a lot of modern women, I don't know if it's our culture, TikTok, this girl power, you can be anything, you can have anything you want, but conservative women, I think, understand this a lot better than liberal women. This is why liberal women are less happy with their lives, less satisfied with family life. They're more likely to be have mental health issues, is because, my view, liberal women don't live in reality. They don't want to accept reality for what it is. They want reality to become what they want it to be. Hey, men, there should be liberal men that act conservative. Huh? Oxymoron. Like, yo, those are two conflicting things. And this is the idea that people are perfect. People are not perfect. People got their strengths and people have their weaknesses. And life, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but I think this is a general rule. Life is about trade-offs, right? And if you bring something to the table of value, then you must also bring something that the other person wants, or else they'll walk away, or else they don't want to be associated with you. And I saw some stats out there a long time ago, but traditional men, as they make more money, they tend not to care much about money, which is fine. I'm a traditional man, and I don't care about money as much as a liberal man would. My wife's a stay-at-home mom, 2 kids. I'm chilling. Because I value family life more than I value career and all that stuff. Because in the day, I work to live. I don't live to work. And it seems like a lot of women, modern women, they have taken this mantra that they live to work instead of working to live, if that makes sense. I work to provide for my family. My job is a means to an end for my family. That's the goal. Women seems like they live for the means of their job. There's essentially a lot of feminist women, whether they want to admit it or not, they replace their family life with work life. This is why a lot of feminists and liberal women are so like this to their career, when your job can let you go at any moment now. Layoffs happen, tough times happen, bye-bye. When tough times happen, I expect my wife and my kids to still be with me, right? Because I get a lot of liberal women that will tell my wife, you should start going to work again. That shows a lack of trust. Like my wife, we trust each other a lot, to the point where with her actions, she proves she trusts me more than a job. Because at the end of the day, job can let you go at any moment. Liberal women are doing the same thing. You putting your faith in a job. My wife put her faith in me. Simple. But for some reason, putting my wife's faith in me is more risky than your faith in a job. But hey, I digress. These crazy liberal women, bro. I saw an article from the New York Post when they're talking about how male podcasts make women look dumb. And I'm saying, look, they do it to themselves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Women do it to themselves. And those women are dumb. Don't use these women as, they represent all women. What are you? Craziness. But hey, I want to show you a few clips of some of the insanity that I see in the dating space type of thing. Right? This is a clip from whatever, and they're talking about preferences here, and he brings up how men prefer women with low sexual partners, right? And that's true. Most men would generally want their wife to have less sexual experience than, at least equal to or less sexual experience than them. Just like a woman would prefer a man at her height and taller. But these women don't get this dichotomy, and this is the double standard I have, right? Is because women will go out here, get outraged about what men want, but then turn around and demand that they want a traditional man without the tradition.
Concede that, not that I would, that men who are attracted to either younger women or who have a preference for women who are shaved down there, if I'm willing to concede that that is problematic because they want, are you willing to concede that women that are attracted to tall men have an incestuous fetishization for their fathers because they want to look up and look at a tall man?
Is everybody's dad taller than them?
Mine is.
Almost.
If you were a kid.
Mine
yeah.
are the same height. My dad's 6'5".
But
it's when you were a kid though. When you were a kid, of course your father was taller
If anything,
than you.
I would say
I also
that's-
said that I don't care about height, so I feel like it's kind of
You'll date a 4'11" dude? Come on.
I mean,
someone
Come
her
on,
same
Dave.
height. She's not looking
Come
up
on,
to
Dave.
somebody
I'm
her
saying-
same height though.
I would prefer somebody to be like, if I'm dating a man, for a woman, I don't care how tall she is or how short he is. But if I'm dating a man, I think I would prefer a man that's like my height or taller. Does that mean that I don't find shorter men attractive? No, there's definitely some short kings out there.
Listen, Day, what you've just told me is incredibly problematic. The fact that you would prefer to date a guy who's taller than you means that you are incestuous.
But I'm not against
How dare
it.
you?
But I'm not against dating
That is a
somebody
crime.
who's as tall as me or shorter.
This is an affront to humanity. You are an incestuous. I'm kidding, by the way.
That's okay.
But do you see what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I'm
that's,
not. What I'm gonna say next is yes. If that's my preference and that's your opinion on my preference, okay.
So
You're
you-
allowed to have an opinion, and I'm allowed to have a preference.
So you seen it and heard it. He was pretty much being funny, like, oh, I'm making fun of your guys, like shaming men and saying all this stuff. Oh, you're a groomer. Oh, you're a predator. Because men prefer a woman with no hair and less, like, duh. Like most men that women find attractive tend to be more masculine, and if they tend to be more masculine, they tend to be more traditional, right? And what's been going on for 50 straight years? What makes it on the front page of a swimsuit model? A woman full of hair and tattoos? No. Generally, the preference is no tattoos, no visible tattoos, and no hair. Bruh, conservative women understand this from a T to that. Yeah, duh. Because I just think conservative women are more likely to just live in reality. Like, hey, men have their preferences, and if I want that man, I have to make some compromises to be in a relationship with him. But like from the liberal woman in the intro, she wants the men to do all the compromising, as if men are indentured servants or something, right? And it seems like a lot of modern women, in my view, have a very bad outlook on dating. They view dating as a game of power or something, right? And to me, it almost seemed like a good man is almost like a castrated man, a man that's very agreeable, a man that would bend over backwards for her, a man that's almost like a slave, right? And they'll use sex as a whip. Oh, you don't want to do what I want? I will draw affection from you. I will draw love from you, right? And to me, that's abuse. That's emotional abuse, and that show women are more likely to abuse emotionally, which doesn't leave any evidence, any scars, than men. Men are more likely to abuse physically, and most domestic violence situations are mutual. So this is an unhealthy kind of game that's being portrayed out here in our culture and on social media. And young people are very impressionable, especially young girls. Young girls spend a lot. I'm gonna keep throwing this out there until y'all blue in the face. Social media has a big influence on young women. Young women spend, I think, they say on average 6 hours. I might be even undercounting it. 6 hours a day on social media. That's a lot of it's crazy. And then they get bombarded with the lib in the beginning, telling them that, am I having my cake and eat it too? It's getting to a point where liberal women are starting to seem annoying because they seem like they overly share what they're doing in life, right? And I just want to end it off with this. So this is from an article from this is the YouGov. This is where I got all the stats from. And I just want to read this point here. Right. The problem facing liberals then is that too many have embraced a false narrative that the path to happiness run counter to marriage and family life, because based on this stat, conservative women are overwhelmingly more happy than liberal women, and that's due with family life and female nature. You can't escape it, because feminism have a false understanding of human nature. They think human nature is crafted by nurture, when no, I think it's more in the middle, 50-50. Hey, some factors are due to biology and some factors are due to your environment. And they're trying to make the claim that happiness is due to environment, but that's not the case. I think environment is an extension of human nature, right? Women have happiness in a social concept. Like, they're more socially happy when they're socializing, right? They're more, let me put it this way. Men are more capable of being alone than women are. Because it's just how we built. We're built to handle being lonely, like being by ourselves. Women are not, right? So family life is a big component to their happiness. And if you're living a lifestyle, liberal woman, that pushes you not to be with your family, this is why when women have kids, they're more likely to be part-time or remove themselves from the workforce entirely. That's what happened to my wife. She was working as a manager, and then she had our son, and she's like, oh, I miss our son. I want to be with him. Oh my God. And she'll always feel bad. Like, oh, she missed the milestone. Oh, he started talking. Oh, he's starting to crawl. I'm missing it. Right. Women are more likely to have those thoughts after they have a kid. This is why there's stats showing that when you have kids, you become more conservative. It's because of stuff like that. You look forward to your family more than your personal endeavors. But hey, I digress. Let me finish this point here. In the article, the false narrative about path to happiness runs counter to marriage and family, not towards it. They think independence, freedom, and work will make them happy, which it doesn't. I already explained to you that your job can fire you at any time. And when you die, what are they going to remember you at? They're going to remember what you did for your career? Oh, my mom was a marketing manager. No, they're going to remember you as a mother, a brother, a sister. I'm sorry, I said brother, but a sister, right? That's what people will remember you by. And I think we lost that as a culture. Like, we lost that communal aspect of our lives. But hey, I digress. I think I've been rambling too much. Which is why a significant portion of popular media are now filled with these days with celebrities celebrating divorce and singleness. And I think this is what happened in our culture, is that we've been demonizing marriage. We've been associating it with a bad, negative. Young people, and like I said, young people are impressionable. So when you're putting on a message like that, people don't want to get married. Now, men see this and they're like, oh, this culture is incentivizing women to be divorced and single. Why would I want a relationship? And it becomes a self-fulfilling cycle, right? It's like, what landed first, the chicken or the egg? These are the contributing factors to why dating is not taken seriously anymore, especially by men. Because a lot of men, I think there's stats out there where men don't even want to start families because of this culture that we're creating, right? And I think women, y'all need to speak out more about, you women need to speak out much more against this stuff, against this idea of, oh, the divorce is so good. Oh, you should be childless. You should focus on a career. Because at the end of the day, women, y'all submit to something. Y'all not truly independent. I'm sorry. No one's truly independent in this society, in human nature. Right? We all have to be part of a hierarchy if you want to make it, or let me put it this way. All of us have to be part of a group somehow. And women, if it ain't family you're devoted to, it'll be devoted to your job. Because even in stats, women stay in jobs longer than men do. Like, men will change jobs more frequently than women, right? I'm just saying, right? So the challenge for progressive is to understand and appreciate that these women are outliers. That women that are happy being single are the exception, not the rule. And I think if more women understand that, I think we can save women's happiness. Because I think women's happiness has been steadily going down over the years. And I think this is a big component why, is because women don't understand their nature, or they're trying to the culture is trying to purport this narrative that women don't need family and life and marriage and a husband or whatever, or dating partner, however they want to perceive this thing. But I think I've been talking too much. I digress. Let me know your thoughts about our whole modern culture, our whole dating culture. You think we're being incentivized to date without a purpose. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What's your take on these things? I would be interested to hear that. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I hope you found it insightful and hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.